The world is standing on the edge of a great storm, a storm that has been foretold, a storm that will separate the truthful from the deceived, the sincere from the hypocrites. My brothers and sisters, the trials before the arrival of Imam Mahdi will shake people to their core. Those who thought their faith was strong will find themselves questioning everything. Those who were once firm in their beliefs will fall into doubt. And those who are waiting for the Mahdi will be the first to deny him when he comes. Why? Because deception will be at its peak. The truth will not just be hidden, it will be twisted. The enemies of Islam will not fight with swords alone. They will fight with information, with propaganda, with lies so carefully designed that even the believers will struggle to see through them. False scholars will mislead the masses, telling them that the Mahdi is a danger, that he is causing fitna, that he is not who he claims to be. And many Muslims will believe these scholars because they never learned to seek the truth themselves. They became comfortable following personalities instead of following the teachings of Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And look at the world today. Do we not already see these signs? Do we not already see deception being spread at every level? Those who speak the truth are silenced, while those who spread corruption are given platforms. Those who stand for justice are labeled as extremists, while those who oppress are celebrated. The fitna of the end times is not something of the future, it is unfolding right now before our very eyes. Among the greatest signs before the Mahdi's emergence is the spread of injustice. The world will be filled with oppression. The rulers will betray their people, the innocent will be killed without reason, and those in power will use their positions to serve their own desires instead of serving justice. Wealth will be hoarded by a few while the rest of the world suffers. The gap between rich and poor will widen so much that people will begin to lose hope in justice ever returning. But that is exactly when Allah's help is near. That is when the Mahdi will rise, and he will not rise alone. There will be those who stand with him, those who recognize him for who he is, even when the world calls him a liar. These will be the true believers, the ones who never sold their faith for dunya, the ones who trained their hearts to recognize truth no matter how much falsehood surrounded them. They will come from different lands, different backgrounds, but their mission will be the same, to establish justice under the banner of Islam. And among them will be the warriors of Khurasan. The black banners that the Prophet ﷺ spoke about will rise, and these soldiers will march with a conviction that cannot be shaken. They will be mocked, they will be labeled as rebels, but they will not stop because they know they are fulfilling the promise of Allah. Their march will pave the way for the Mahdi's leadership, and no force on earth will be able to stop them. And then there is the blessed land of Palestine, a land that has been in the hands of oppressors, a land that has been betrayed time and time again. But its people remain steadfast. Their struggle is not just about land, it is about faith, about holding on to the truth even when the world turns against them. The Mahdi will come at a time when this land is at the heart of the conflict, and those who stand firm there will be among his supporters. The question is, where will we stand? Are we preparing our hearts to be among those who recognize the Mahdi when he arrives? Or are we so lost in the distractions of this world that we will be among those who reject him? The time to prepare is now. We must train ourselves to recognize truth, to purify our hearts from arrogance, to detach ourselves from the illusions of this world, so that when the Mahdi comes, we do not hesitate to stand with him. May Allah grant us the wisdom to see through the deception, the strength to hold on to the truth, and the honor of being among those who support the Mahdi when he appears.